This is the wrap-up video for the frame carry or timber carry event at the 2016 Arnold Classic. Going into this event, I had a 3-point lead in the competition, so I knew that if I was able to stay basically toward the top and have a good time that I would win the competition. But I was kind of apprehensive going into this event just from the fact that my hamstring was banged up, and I knew that obviously from the yoke and the way I performed there that on a flat surface I would be fine, but the frame carry or timber carry is done on an incline, so you have to start at the bottom and walk up an incline, which obviously recruits a lot more hamstring, and I knew that, you know, going into it, so I was definitely optimistic. I felt like I could go into it and mentally just get into a zone where it didn't matter and go get it done. And my game plan, you know, going in was to do exactly that. In the back room, I did my warm-ups with they have a frame back there for us to warm up with. Did all my warm-ups, everything felt great, but again, the warm-ups are done on a flat level surface. So those felt great. I was really happy with the way that everything was going there. I felt strong and fast and everything that you should be feeling going into this last event. And I went out on the stage, and the only thing I will say, looking back, I had a game plan that I was going to go out. Obviously, this year we got to use straps for the frame carry, and the handles for the frame are so long that it's very, very difficult with a strap to get the balance right of the entire apparatus. So, you know, as you have the strap coming around your hand, wherever the first loop of the strap is, even if your hand's forward or back, that's where the majority of the weight is going to go or be distributed. So if you don't get that exactly right, it can definitely tilt. You know, you can have the front coming up or the front going down, which you want to find, basically, if you can get it level, that's perfect, or even better would be to have the front of the timber carry pointed slightly down so you get some forward momentum going. And so my plan was, you know, because I wasn't worried about picking up the 1,100 pounds at all, especially with a side handle, because it's so much easier to do that. So my game plan was to walk out on the stage, get set with my straps, pick it up, feel it, and make sure I had the balance right, and then go ahead and carry it. And I walked out, and you know, I told Ode Haugen was the head referee for that event, and I told Ode I wanted to pick it up, and he strongly discouraged that and told me that he could help me get the strap set and that I wouldn't have to waste the energy. And the only thing I'm very disappointed about with myself is that I listened to him. Normally, when I have a game plan and I set my game plan, I've done this for long enough that I don't ever change my game plan at all. I don't change it going in, and you know, for whatever reason, I mean, I just chose to listen to Ode on that, and I'm very disappointed in myself because I felt like, you know, it's something that I changed at the very last minute and I wasn't comfortable with, and there's no way that Ode can tell me where exactly the balance of that frame is. You know, it just doesn't work that way. Maybe if we weren't wearing straps, it would have been easier to say, hey, put your hand here because the weight's distributed through your whole hand. But with a strap, it's, you know, there's different, you know, there's so many variables to this that you don't, I shouldn't have listened to him in that instance. That was wrong of me to do. And you know, unfortunately, I think it cost me quite a bit with this event overall. I didn't get the balance exactly how I would have liked it. Obviously, I feel like the front of the frame was up much more than I would have liked. I would have liked to have it down balanced, or like I said, pointing slightly down. And that's something that I could have potentially felt if I would have picked it up before I went. So, you know, that was not good. And as you know, I got it okay though. I have to say I did get the balance okay, not ideal, because with 1,100 pounds, there's so many variables that are going on that you just can't control everything. And I remember I picked it up. I got the start call. I picked it up very, very easily, of course, and started to walk. And it was something, as I took every step, especially, trying to put the gas pedal down, because that's what I needed to do. I needed to go quicker. And every step, it just seemed more and more labored, and the balance fell off. It just felt terrible to take those steps. And, obviously my hamstring didn't feel good, but I knew it wasn't going to feel good. So, it's something where, even about halfway through the event, I just told myself, I have to go faster. I have to go faster. And I just couldn't do it. No excuses. At that point, I chose to listen to Ode about not doing the pickup, and I, had to live with that choice. And, through the event, I needed to go faster, and I couldn't do it. And, my body was definitely holding me back, which is frustrating. But, all that being said, I still had an opportunity, to win, and I should have capitalized on that. There's, if I can finish the event, banged up, I should have been able to find a way to go faster, and I couldn't. So, it's something I think, this event, probably along with the log press, I'm very disappointed with, because it should be such a good event for me. And, as I've said before, I think as a strongman competitor and just, watching strongman competitions for years, I was very, very disappointed that there was no grip element to the Arnold Classic this year. And I think that the frame carry, I've said this time and time again, but I think it's a much better event when you test grip strength, take the straps out, make the weight a little bit lighter, and see what we can do with our hands. Because you should, that's our connection point. And if you can't hold on to it, then you shouldn't be able to carry it. So, that's what I would say with this. Again, I think that, what I said with the yoke event, I think that they could bring in a laser timer also, because there's so many guys that are getting close on this event every year. I think that would be a better way to go about it if they could. I don't think it would be too hard to put the laser timing if they're going to bring this event back again. But, I walked away, it's tough. With this event, I ended up losing by 1 point. So I just needed to be a couple seconds faster, and it just didn't happen, So there's a lot of things to look at, but overall, with the contest, I did everything I could do with the frame carry. Like I said, maybe I could have picked it up and the balance would have been better, and that would have changed the entire outcome. And I changed my game plan. And so that's I'd say that's a lesson to me, although I've learned that lesson before, and I should know better than to listen to somebody when I'm going into an event and change something at the very last minute, because that's just not smart. It's not smart at all to do that. So, I'm kind of kicking myself for doing that, number one. And all that being said, I gave everything I could, and I wish that, it felt a little bit better. I think if the hamstring would have felt better with this, that I would have been a little bit quicker. But, it is what it is. And you walk away and I analyze, you have to sit down and think and analyze, where can I get better? And I've already done that with this competition, and I will come back better. There's no doubt about that. So, I think that that overall I was pretty happy with everything in the contest except this event and the log press. So, it's something where you put a lot into it, and to come up where you're that close but just short, it's a tough way to lose. I've been there before with the Arnold. This is actually the third time I've been within one rep or whatever of winning the Arnold and come up just short, in second place. So, I've been there before and I've come back better. So that's all I'm going to do with this. So anyway, I appreciate you guys checking this out and following the Arnold series. I think we're going to do one last wrap-up video of the world record Atlas Stone. So keep an eye out for that. And thank you as always for the comments and the likes. Really appreciate it.